Yeah, they like to sleep in there and you've just dropped one into your lap.
Oh,
Now,
I'm gonna
whatever
freak
you
out.
do, don't panic or you're going to crash the...
Hi everyone, Niner here. Today we are gonna watch MoreParz compilation, the most viewed videos. Let's go!
Australia has a lot of spiders.
Yes.
Recently, we found a new one, because of course we fucking did. And the new one is the most certified Australia moment I've ever seen. For a bit of context, one of the several thousand spider species we are home to is the Sydney funnel web, the deadliest spider on the planet. Because of course it's down here. Where the fuck else did you think you were going to find it? These scary
Spider HQ.
looking fuckers are highly venomous and can flatline you with a bite in 15 minutes. And if you think wearing thick clothes will save you, be aware the bastards have fangs long enough to punch through shoe leather. Now, why do I bring these little nightmares up?
Imagine if that spider become a zombie, that's the end. That's the end of Earth.
It's the one thing worse than a spider rocking armor-piercing rounds that can send you to heaven with same-day delivery. A bigger spider rocking the same perk setup. That's right, Australian scientists have found a brand new species of this funnel web that is even bigger. How much bigger? Well, the standard Sydney funnel web grows to around 5 centimetres or 2 inches. And I mean, if you're asking me...
Are they growing and developing as time passes? Are they evolving to be larger? Is that what's going on? Because I'm not evolving to be larger, okay? If they're evolving to be larger, one day they're gonna win. They're gonna win.
2 inches is more than enough. 2 inches is actually fucking huge. By
Really?
comparison,
I mean,
this is
spider,
the new one.
yes.
It's twice the fucking size, cunt. 4 inches of 8-legged menace to the animal kingdom. But that isn't even the best part. You see, do you know what they named this thing? Do you know what professional scientists named a supersized version of the most dangerous spider on the entire fucking planet?
Ooh.
The Newcastle Big Boy.
Oh, big boy.
Deadliest spider on the
Damn.
entire fucking globe.
Lovely name.
Big Boy.
Big boy.
Only in Australia.
Like, it's like the big fucking gun, but it's a big boy.
Platypus are weird, but I'm not sure you quite understand just
I learned that this little cute thing is actually poison.
how fucking weird. So everyone knows the basics. They lay eggs, they sweat milk, and they look like God hit randomizer on the spore creature creator and just called it a day.
Oh, damn,
But
okay.
you see, mate, that's barely even scratching the surface of weird platypus features. First up, as is the qualifier for any Australian animal, did you know they're venomous? No, I'm not fucking with you. You heard me correctly. Male platypus actually have venomous spurs on their hind legs. These spurs are multi-purpose, acting as defense from predators, as well as a tool for throwing hands with other male platypus during mating season. And while their venom is non-lethal, that doesn't mean that getting stung by them doesn't fucking suck. See, platypus venom can cause extreme pain and swelling, and to ensure
I know their little weapon look very sharp.
you remember not to fuck with them again, these effects can last for several months and have no treatment or anti-venom. So if Perry stabs your shit, your only option is to cry about it. Next on the list of offensive capabilities, I shit you not, platypus share the same hunting method as sharks.
But they look
you see,
so
that
cute.
big-ass bill isn't just for show, as it contains enough surveillance equipment to make the CIA blush. Possessing the ability to sense changes in pressure in the water, but most importantly, containing electroreceptors that track electrical signals from muscle contractions made by their prey. Meaning that when whatever they're chasing starts quaking in fear, they know about it.
Oh, that's
And last but
cool.
not least, as if those things weren't already unbelievable, we recently discovered something new. Platypus are fucking biofluorescent.
What does that mean?
They glow.
Wow.
If you hit these things with a black light, they go bright fucking green. And the best part of that is, we have no clue why they do it.
So it's like if there is a hotel room, platypus had a party in there, and they all dance in the dark, and you put a flashlight in it, everybody will have a... I don't know why I'm imagining this right now. I do not know why I'm thinking about this right now. But hey, platypus can party in the dark. Yes, they can.
I mean, I guess it just means Perry was a biblically accurate platypus man. I'll give up, man. Who fucking designed this thing?
I don't know. Cool people.
Stepping on this rock could straight up paralyze you.
Why?
That's because This isn't actually a rock. That is a stonefish, a species of underwater menace native to Australia.
Can you eat it?
Coming as a surprise to absolutely no one, it is also the most venomous fish in the ocean. Because of course it is. As if the
doesn't
snakes
look
and
good.
spiders weren't enough, now I can get packed up by a pet rock. But why is this Pokemon reject such a threat to my mental health? Well, you see, stonefish use their special venom for defense. However, unlike most other animals that do this little f***er doesn't have the decency to dress like a neon sign to warn you. No, 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 no. This bastard is a 6th prestige prop hunt veteran, having evolved some of the most impressive camouflage in the animal kingdom to make hunting easier. And once they've set themselves up, they are basically indistinguishable from Patrick Starr's house. Now, this is a fairly major problem as they love to live in the shallows on the beach, and that venom we talked about earlier is stored in these.
Oh,
13
no.
giant, highly toxic spines that deliver venom when pressed on. You can probably see where I'm going with this.
It does go through.
Considering it's hard enough to spot these things while you're paying attention, if you were, say, on a romantic walk along the beach with one of the homies,
Love to do that.
while distracted by his ethereal beauty,
Like
weren't
Batman?
paying too much attention to where you were walking, it would be very easy to place your foot in the wrong spot and step directly onto 13 hypodermic needles, which would then deliver a ginormous dose of neurotoxin straight into your system. Oh, you thought it was normal venom? No, 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 no. You see, these things maxed out the toxin skill tree, producing a mixture of 2 neurotoxins that can flatline you by collapsing your heart and lungs in under an hour. And even if you survive, the sting still causes extreme pain, swelling, and tissue necrosis. Because this is Australia,
What is that?
where even
Tissue?
the scenery is trying to one-shot me.
Is this man living in Australia? I just wonder. MoreParz.
This bird can straight hit you with a Mortal Kombat fatality. Introducing the cassowary, a species of ratite native to the land down under. And for once, guys, it's not venomous. Can still flatline you though, and I'm going to tell you how. You see, these neon chickens belong to the same family of birds as the emu, and as such share their impressive size, coming in at a solid 79 kilos.
Ooh, I wanna braid it. Look at those beautiful hair. Ooh, so pretty. Also, this thing is heavier than me.
Growing up to 6 feet tall, meaning the short kings in my audience could, in theory, mount these things like a chocobo. But what makes them stick out from emus? Well, you see, the cassowary is basically a spec ops emu, being twice the weight, highly territorial,
What is that eye
and
contact?
most importantly, coming with a combat knife strapped to their foot. That's right, this is a cassowary claw, and it's the reason they can hit you with a fighting game finisher. You see, these claws are a full 5 inches long. You know what I mean? Honestly, 5 inches, way too big for anything, and especially for something that's going inside me. And if you anger the tactical assault turkey, that is exactly what you're gonna get, as their go-to defense method is to kick you square in the gut with that kitchen knife.
It would be wonderful to do like a manicure to this creature. Or some nail art. Well, imagine how many flowers you can paint on that big long nail.
An attempt to disembowel you. And I mean, even if the kick doesn't put your insides on the outsides, that kick is still going to send you flying, which can cause some fairly major problems. Problems like the incident that occurred in 2012, where I you not, a cassowary ran up behind a random tourist, hit the heavy attack button, and kicked the guy down a small cliff into the ocean.
What?
I mean, luckily he survived, but the fact that I live in a country where at any point I could be hit with a sneak attack by a kaiju turkey is terrifying.
I know, that's so unlucky. So he does live in Australia then. Got it.
Touching this plant will put you in the hospital.
Ooh, I remember
is the
this.
Gimpy plant, a piece of foliage native to the land down under. And surprising no one, not only is the thing venomous, it is in fact the most painful plant on the planet. 'Cause, no, of course, man. Even the fucking leaves down here have a problem with me. Growing in the rainforests of northern Queensland, these hell bushes are covered in tiny hairs that, upon closer inspection, aren't hairs at all and are actually thousands of hypodermic needles waiting to stab you and break off inside your skin if you so much as brush them. Once inside you, these needles will inject you
Also,
with...
the thing is, it looks so ordinary. Like every other plant, it doesn't even really look special. How can I really tell it is the one that's so deadly?
I am not kidding, neurotoxin, and cause absolutely excruciating pain. I mean, like comedic levels of pain. with one person describing it as being covered in hot acid and electrocuted, and another woman saying that it was straight up more painful than childbirth and she'd given birth 4 times.
Oh my God.
The fucked up part is, the neurotoxin isn't even lethal. So this spiteful of a plant is hurting you purely for the love of the game. Mind you, there are reports of people saying getting stung by this thing is actually worse than being put in the ground. This is because Groot's little hellspawn cousin here can continue hurting you for literal years after being stung. This is because those thousands of little hypodermic needles are actually made out of silicon, meaning your body can't break them down. And with how thin they are, your skin will usually close up over the top of them, meaning that these neurotoxin-emitting slivers can sit inside your skin for literal years, releasing more neurotoxin anytime that they're moved or disturbed.
Anytime they want to, I wouldn't know what to do.
Constant, chronic, agonizing pain is so unbelievably bad that there have even been records of, trying not to get banned here, people Alt F4ing existence to make it stop. This particular incident came from a man who accidentally used one of the plant leaves as toilet paper.
Yeah, wipe their ass.
I don't think it gets much worse than neurotoxin. Are just dinosaurs that forgot to go extinct. I am dead serious, and I cannot think of a croc species to better make my point than the saltwater crocodile, a species native.
He's a big boy. What's the difference between crocodile and alligator? I always thought they're the same thing, but they name differently. Is it size or location?
Land down under, and shocking absolutely no one, yes, it can and will eat you. You see, keeping on theme with the whole forgetting to go extinct thing, the Salties stat spread just feels like something that should have been patched out with the rest of Jurassic Park.
Max stat.
Starting with their ridiculous size.
Oh my damn!
You see, Salties are the largest reptile on the planet, coming in at a total of 6 meters long with a maximum weight of 1,100
that is too
kilos,
big.
which makes this murder lizard genuinely longer than my car.
What the heck?
The part is that despite being longer than my ute, they are for some reason absolute masters of stealth. You see, crocs are ambush predators, which is a scientific way of saying they are dirty campers.
Usually tanky creatures, they don't hide well. Like, they just exist, right? They can run into everything and nothing can hurt him. But this one is tanky and stealthy. Very deadly.
You see, they've got 2 raised eyes that sit on the top of their heads, which means they can submerge their Ford Falcon-sized frame basically entirely under the water without sacrificing the ability to spot whatever they are looking to turn into a Happy Meal. And from your perspective as the Happy Meal, they are really difficult to see, which makes it very easy to walk just a little too close and, get bitten in half by that hydraulic press that they call a mouth.
Look at that large ball.
That's right, just like any good camper, these scaly arseholes are packing a one-shot in the form of one of the highest bite forces of any animal on the
Freak Australia, freak Australia.
Putting out a maximum of 3,700 psi of force through their jaws. To put that into context, your skull will crack at 1,100 psi, so a croc would pop your head like a watermelon. And if you don't immediately get folded by the first bite, those jaws will latch onto you as the croc begins a death roll, spitting its ton of body weight like a washing machine until whatever part of you it has decided to eat snaps off and is added to its protein goals. But the best thing about the crocodile is their build is so f***ing good. They have genuinely been around with very little evolutionary change for 65 million years. Which means I grew up watching Steve Irwin wrestle dinosaurs for fun.
Damn, they're so successful.
You absolute f***ing legend.
So successful, no change needed in 65 million years.
Koalas are really dumb.
They're cute.
In fact, Australia's fuzzy icon is probably the dumbest thing on the planet. And
so
that stupidity starts with their diet, because of all the things they could have chosen to eat, they chose to eat nothing but straight up poison.
I heard.
You see, koalas feed exclusively on eucalyptus leaves.
They just like drug, I think.
leaves, which, shocking no one, are highly toxic because they are full to the brim with eucalypt oil, which is so fucking poisonous that as little as 3.75 mil is enough to land you in the afterlife, with the Reaper asking you why the fuck you felt the need to eat a leaf.
It's like those anime that you beat a goblin every day and then you slowly build up your resistance. Every day you continue to eat a little bit toxin and your resistance just get higher and higher. Maybe they're playing the long game. Watch them in 10 million years. Who knows? They might be the strongest. Like their stats might be the maximum.
Oh, it's also highly flammable and burns like napalm. Because Australia. Now, despite nature putting up this giant do not eat sign, that did not stop the koala, because he can't fucking read. This suboptimal bulking diet not only gives the koala fuck all in the way of nutrition, but also requires their body to rest to filter out the toxins so they don't fucking cark it. Meaning they need to spend upwards of...
Does anything eat koala, I wonder? Maybe not. He's a body filled with toxic leaf.
18 hours a day sleeping in order to just digest their fucking food. These dumbasses spend most of their life in a food coma. That is, however, if they even get to the food to begin with, because they are so mind-numbingly brain dead that they will not recognize a eucalyptus leaf as food unless it is on the branch. I could give this dumbass a lifetime supply of food, and if it wasn't on a stick, he would starve to death. It should come as no surprise to you at this point that the koala has such an esky temperature IQ that they literally have a smooth brain. The thoughts slide right off of this dumb c***.
Oh my god.
I love him.
It's like a big chunk of meat just working. There's no brain cell.
This wasp is basically a xenomorph.
That's so scary looking.
Introducing the tarantula hawk
How big
wasp,
is
possibly one
that?
of the most nightmare-inducing insects on the planet. And the reason it's such a threat to your mental health is because
That look as big as a rock.
its hunting and reproduction strategy is ripped straight from Ellen Ripley's autobiography. But
I remember.
before we get to the strats, you're gonna have to learn a little bit about it first. Native to Australia, because of course it fucking is, this fucker is the largest wasp on the planet, coming in at a massive 2.5 inches, which I mean, boys, we would all agree, well above average, right? Huge.
I mean, if I see that in real life, I will pass out. That's it. It doesn't need to do anything to me. I'm done.
And this is probably the most effective 2 inches has ever been because it has the second most painful sting of any insect on the planet, coming in just barely behind the bullet end.
What the heck?
Pack and a half inch stinger with a potent venom that has been described as blinding, debilitating, I can't move my arm, and electric.
Oh my god.
Now, the size and poison aren't just...
Who is this other guy keep getting hurt? I see him over and over now, like the guy keep getting hurt by bug.
But nothing, because as the name tarantula hawk wasp suggests, they are purpose-built, genetically perfect killing machines designed specifically to violate spiders, making Australia basically an all-you-can-eat buffet for them. But they don't just execute the spiders. No, that'd be too normal. Hawk wasps use spiders to reproduce in one of the most horrific ways possible. And that all starts with a female hawk wasp hunting down a tarantula. As the buff bulking spider takes a wrong turn down a dark alley, the hawk wasp, noticing the 8 sets of TNs on his feet, proceeds to fucking jump him.
Yep.
Flying down from above to land a sting into the spider's abdomen, instantly and permanently paralyzing it. The Bug Harbour Butcher then proceeds to drag the still completely conscious and aware spider into an isolated kill room, which is where the fucked up part really begins. Because our wasp isn't hungry, it's pregnant, and proceeds to lay its egg on the paralyzed spider's abdomen. After about 3 to 4 days, that egg hatches into a larvae. A very hungry larvae. Fortunately, there's a whole bunch of fresh fruit right here underneath them. That food being the still paralyzed, still very conscious and aware spider. The larvae burrows into the spider's abdomen and gets to work converting it into a KFC family bucket, consuming it from the inside out, purposely avoiding vital organs to keep the food nice and fresh.
Wow.
After it's done consuming a living being, the larvae breaks forth from the demolished corpse
that's
like
big.
a fucking chest burster and fucks off to continue the generational arachnid violation.
Damn, nature is
Anywho,
cruel.
good luck getting any sleep tonight. A gorilla can't beat 100 men in a fight.
Really?
He gets jumped. But that begs the question, which animal does win?
Hippo.
And the answer, stepping into the ring at 5
Hippo
meters
is
long
scary.
and weighing in at a genuinely frightening 4,500 kilos, I present to you the hippopotamus.
Some of them are looking cute, but I've seen those hippo eating pumpkins. They just crunch it. That force, that is scary.
Yeah, look, a hippo causing a 100 long line at the gates of heaven after a fight is honestly pretty plausible. You see, despite the fantastic PR work Moodang has done for the hippopotamus community, doesn't change the fact that Moto here is a sentient Ford F-150, the temperament of a fucking serial killer who can win this fight for one very specific reason. You can't fucking hurt it.
True!
You say the hippopotamus is possibly the tankiest...
That's what I thought with the crocodile, because he is so huge, so nobody can hurt him. He can just run into everything, isn't it?
land animal on the fucking planet, packing an unbelievably thick 2-inch hide. Now look, we all know 2 inches is a lot, especially in the sheets, but in the streets of the African savannah, this makes them practically
invincible.
Don't believe me? Here is a hippopotamus walking away from 10 lions trying to convert it into a family meal. Notice how the hippopotamus does not give a single fuck. If Mufasa and his extended family can't hurt it, neither can you.
It's like a similar thing to when the sheep have too much wool on them and no shepherd cutting it. The wolf cannot bite through the fur. Like it become a fur ball, and it's just a natural resistance to predators.
Don't let the fact that it's walking away fool you here. The hippopotamus is not a peaceful animal.
Ooh.
They are, in fact, violent, psychopathic, 4.5-ton thundercats that can and will bite you in half. A hippo's jaw produces 2,000 psi
Are they
of
smart?
pure crushing force. So if he catches your ass,
Yep.
you are the watermelon. And as if the hydraulic press wasn't bad enough, don't forget they've got 2 20-inch fangs in that mouth that'll put a hole in you big enough to stick your f***ing arm through. But honestly, the bite doesn't even f***ing matter. It weighs 4.5 tons and can run at 30k an hour.
That's like very
Getting
quick.
hit by a charging hippo is like getting hit by a f***ing bus.
Because I cannot run 30 kilometers per hour. Is that per hour, per minute? I cannot do that, okay? I run really slowly. 800 meters took me 10 minutes. Okay? That thing is a running cannon at you.
There is no way we are winning a fight against something that could probably take out 10 people just by rolling over.
I know.
In summary, don't f with the hungry hippo.
I will not. Oh, is that thing torturing a crocodile? What happened there?
Komodo dragons are horror villains.
Oh, you look cool.
I mean, seriously,
Okay.
this industrial-sized lizard is easily one of the biggest assholes in the animal kingdom when it comes to hunting
Oh, he
methods,
look very
packing
ancient.
a PhD in suffering and a double degree in biological warfare purely because they cannot be expending effort to hunt. You see, Godzilla's little cousin here is the largest lizard in the world, weighing up to 166 kilos
Oh, wow.
and being a full 3.13 meters in length, which means, for the short kings in my audience, if you're brave enough, bang a motor transport right there.
What? What? Wait, what?
Now,
What do you
being the reptile equivalent of a Cadillac Escalade means that the Komodo dragon needs to consume a lot of calories to keep that bulk going.
What does he eat?
However, rather than using that bulk to proactively chase down and body slam its prey, they can take down prey 3 times their size because as if being a reptilian tank was not enough, they are also venomous.
Venomous.
And this isn't just your run-of-the-mill snake venom that, you know, gives you a nice quick 15-minute death.
Not surprised.
No. A Komodo hunt starts with it running up to its prey and giving it a nice big chomp on the leg, injecting it with hemorrhagic venom. After biting, the Komodo dragon off and just sits there watching. The confused and bewildered animal runs off into the forest,
confused.
leaking blood, allowing that Komodo dragon to track it like a DoorDasher. A week goes by, and that bite wound isn't closing because hemorrhagic venom prevents blood clots. So the animal is still slowly bleeding out, and the Komodo is still watching. More time passes. That bite wound gets
so much patience, so much pre-gaming. This dude has, wow, movie plot type of killing here.
infected.
Movie plot.
Because Komodos are carrion feeders, meaning that the inside of their mouth is full of enough rotting flesh and bacteria to give Asmongold a run for his money. The infection begins to drain the animal's strength, and the Komodo is still watching. Another week passes. The infection has spread, and the flesh has begun to rot. And you best believe that ass lizard is still there watching like he's waiting for his meal to heat up in the microwave.
Well, he seems
Once
happy.
the bleeding, disease-ridden animal becomes too exhausted to move on its own and collapses, the Komodo strolls over and eats it alive, shredding it into chunks if it's larger, or if it's small enough, swallowing it whole as it screams on the way down. Even for me, man, that
He swallowed a whole goat.
fucked.
Oh, wow. I don't know if I'm much
This is-
larger than a goat. Okay, I don't know.
The deadliest snake in the world. Introducing the inland taipan, and being the deadliest venom noodle in the world, I will give you exactly one guess as to where it's found.
How are people shooting these movies and videos so closely? Well, that thing is deadly. Hello, how?
It's Australia, of course it's fucking Australia. Be so serious here. Where the else did you think you were going to find it? Canada? More specifically, as the name suggests, the taipan is
in
found
Canada.
inland in the outback. Luckily,
Salad.
extremely far from civilization. Because this homicidal hospital hose is the definition of size doesn't matter. Because despite having extremely small fangs for a venomous snake, coming in at only 6.2 millimeters,
yellow, the
taipan is
poison.
here to show you that you absolutely can feel less than an inch, because those fangs contain the statistically deadliest snake venom on the fucking planet. Yeah, taipan venom is a pina colada of pain, containing...
I can feel like my uncle would love to make alcohol with this snake. There is a saying with Chinese uncle, they make alcohol with snake, scorpion, and the more poison they have, somehow the stronger the alcohol is. I don't know the logic, but hey, I can see it.
But not limited to hemotoxins to cause blood clots, myotoxins for paralysis and necrosis, nephrotoxins to shut down your kidneys, and 3 different kinds of neurotoxin. Needless to say, if it bites you, you will get a headache, vomit up the entire contents of your stomach,
Ouch.
collapse to the ground in agonizing pain, and then your heart and lungs will stop, sending you to meet God in under 15 minutes.
15 minutes? That's GG.
And that venom is so fucking potent that one bite contains enough toxin to do that to 100 people. But the funniest part of this snake's venom is that in the wild, they only hunt rats and f***ing mice. The deadliest venom on the planet.
Only
they
hunting
are using
mice.
it to pack up Remy the rat.
Introduce this snake to New York. All those pizza right. Let him have a feast.
A rabbit with a fucking orp.
That's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
But I mean, pizza right. Imagine. If you take one.
This adorable little octopus is also the world's deadliest.
Okay.
Introducing the blue-ringed octopus, a species of cephalopod native to Australia, and in a shock to precisely 0 people at this point, it's venomous. Because of course it's
How are you
venomous.
taking these pictures? Like, I'm so confused. How are people taking this picture and videos? Well, they are so deadly.
Why wouldn't it be venomous? That'd make my life way too fucking easy. Now, to its credit, unlike most of the toxic bullshit in this hellscape I call home, they at least have the common decency to be coloured like a fucking neon sign.
Looks so pretty.
However, it immediately loses this credit by being the octopus equivalent of a fucking hobbit, coming in smaller than a 50-cent coin. And this is a problem, because it is the most venomous octopus in the world.
Why are you
That's right,
again?
this fluoro spaghetti ball is packed to the brim with neurotoxin, more specifically tetrodotoxin. Because it is Australian, the blue-ringed octopus is on violence timing and is the only animal in the world to use this as an offensive measure by way of a venomous bite. But what does the venom actually do? Well, imagine you're wading through the rock pools with the homies and you accidentally disturb this little gentleman's residence.
No.
The blue ring, taking the American approach to home defense, suctions onto your leg and bites you. Best part, it's completely painless. So if you're distracted by how thick your mate's looking in those Speedos, you aren't going to feel shit. That is, until your face starts tingling like TV static. It's warm out here under the sun, but you weren't sweating like this 5 minutes ago, and now you got a headache. You start to feel sick, weak. You go to call out, but
Then I couldn't even tell what to do at that point because it could be anything. It could be actually I got a headache or the blue ring octopus bite me. I'm not going to Australia.
voice comes out slurred like you just knocked back a bottle of vodka.
2 shots of vodka.
And then suddenly, your legs come out from under you and you hit the beach.
Oof. Like
Fun fact
Leahy.
about tetrodotoxin. It's a paralytic. Freezes up your muscles one by one, starting with your arms and legs, which is why you're kissing the sand. You know what else is a muscle? Your diaphragm, the muscle that controls your breathing.
Oh no.
And yeah, turns those bad boys off too. And your chest stops rising and falling, and you suffocate to death right there on the beach.
Oh no! But you are conscious.
Now, you may be wondering, how come no one called an ambulance? That's easy. They didn't have time to. You went up to meet your ancestors in under 20 minutes. God ordered your ass with same-day shipping, and this little fucker delivered.
How the heck?
Employee of the month.
How the heck everything living in Australia is so deadly and scary? How the heck? I don't see this much crazy stuff in Canada, okay? We don't have deadly octopus or spiders or like snake. What's going on with Australia? Too much sunshine? Oh, maybe because it's great weather.
Can cause explosions.
My main goal is to blow up.
Introducing the mantis shrimp, native to the West Indo-Pacific Ocean and possibly the coolest crustacean under the sea. Because this fluorescent armoured sausage is actually a voracious, bloodthirsty predator rocking enough surveillance equipment to scare the CIA with a weapon powerful enough to surpass Metal Gear.
Again, the question is it legal to eat it?
See, the mantis shrimp is a highly effective predator, and they find and track their prey with easily the most advanced set of eyes on the fucking planet. First off, each of these eye stalks can rotate independently like a periscope, giving them a full 360 degrees of vision. However, more importantly, they can see colours we can't.
What?
You see, the mantis shrimp's eyes contain a full 15 photoreceptor cones compared to our 3. Which is a fancy way of saying they can see in 16K HDR with ray tracing enabled at 500 render distance.
Oh damn, wow.
Now, not only is the visual clarity unmatched, they can also see into the infrared and ultraviolet light spectrums.
What?
And despite all of this, they still can't find who asked. What they can, however, find is their next meal. The mantis shrimp subsists on a diet of fish, worms, squidward, and, most importantly, Mr. Crabs.
Crabs?
Now, crabs famously
Good.
exist inside of a defensive shell. So, how does this polite little gentleman break into the shell?
I'm happy to hear those answers because I don't hear human.
He throws hands. That's right, weighing in at only 90 grams and 38 centimeters in length, the mantis shrimp has a punch that produces 15,000 newtons of force.
What?
That is 176 newtons per gram.
That's
so
a
if a
missile.
human was capable of that same kind of force, a right hook from someone who weighs 80 kilo would be like getting hit in the face with 6 sticks of dynamite.
That's One Punch Man type
Now,
of
to
stuff.
produce that force, its claw needs to be moving at 83 kilometers an
damn,
hour, which
that thing
is
is
so
quirky.
fast it creates a vacuum in the water
Oh,
called
wow.
a cavitation bubble, which then immediately collapses at such a speed it creates a miniature explosion that flashbangs the target and reaches a temperature hotter than the surface of the sun.
How?
Mr. Krabs is getting f***ing disintegrated.
Money.
That's oh wow. I can never imagine
snails
something
aren't
like that exist naturally.
Scary. Except for this one. This one's Australian. Introducing the cone snail, an aquatic
Hi,
mollusk
cone
native to the
snail.
land down under. And as seems to be the requirement when sharing your postcode with a kangaroo, you guessed it. It can quite easily cause your neck snap to be in a coffin.
Oh,
And the way it can achieve it is this bad boy right here. You see, despite
Poison?
most snails having a reputation for being slow goobers that get folded by a salt shaker, the cone snail is a highly effective ambush predator. And you may be wondering, how the fuck does a creature that moves slower than the GTA 6 development cycle hunt anything? Well, that's simple.
assassination.
It has a grappling hook.
Oh,
That's right, Gary's murderous little cousin here is a roadhog, mate.
I was gonna say roadhog.
And he hunts by slowly but surely stalking up on his prey until he's just within
I
range,
know.
and then bang!
Oh.
The cone snail does a quarter circle input, spitting out a
smart.
toothed harpoon at 90 kilometers a hour. This harpoon then nails its prey, allowing them to reel it in like he's playing Scorpion. And in case that wasn't bad enough, as seems to be a requirement for spawning on Australian servers, it's venomous. That
I feel like some of this ocean creatures should be able to go on land and eat spider. And then that will balance a lot of things, you know.
harpoon also injects its prey with a highly potent neurotoxin that instantly paralyzes it. This means it cannot put up a fight, as it is sucked into the snail's ginormous maw like a nightmarish version of Kirby.
Oof. Oh, that's a big hole.
And, just in case you thought for once you might be safe, cone snail venom is potent enough to kill 700 people with
What?
one sting. Oh, yeah, and there's
what?
no anti-venom. Because it's not enough that it can kill me. No, I
I'm so
have
happy
to
they eat
die
fish.
knowing there is zero counterplay. Who balanced this
They're not even interested in us. We're fun, we're safe.
If
It's
you
okay.
see this thing T-pose, run.
Why?
Introducing the
Just
answer.
eat ant, right? Ant eat.
Peter, a goofy little creature native
Uh-huh.
to Brazil, and to understand why the absolute stance on this bad boy is a threat to your health, you're going to have to understand a little about his lifestyle first. Now, listen, I know this may come as a shock to you, but the anteater eats ants. And weighing in at 40
Oh my
kilos
gosh,
and
okay.
1.8 meters in length,
Wow,
it needs
they're
to
long.
consume upwards of 40,000 ants per day. Now, in order to help him hit his bulking goals, the anteater has a mystery mouse tool stored inside that XL sniffer. A
Meme nose.
60 centimeter long tongue. designed to snake its way down an ant colony's tunnel network, smash into their living room, and abduct the entire cast of Bug's life and convert them into
And
a
clean the
high-calorie meal.
plate.
However, what that tongue do only goes so far, as an ant colony can extend up to 4 meters underground, and termites live in high-rises, which means our boy here is going to have to do a little excavation to get to the goods. But last I checked, an anteater can't go down to Bunnings and buy a shovel. So how does he dig? Well,
Little
that's simple.
feet?
With the combat knives
Never
he has
mind,
for
big
claws.
feet.
Yeah,
Ugh.
anteaters are permanently cosplaying Freddy Krueger with a set of 4-inch claws, which, proving the effectiveness of a few inches, can crack through f***ing concrete.
Oh my.
Now, these work great for digging, but they are also more than capable of flatlining you. When
True.
threatened, the anteater will rear up into a defensive T-pose. This is your sign, if you are smart, to turn around and f*** all the way off. If, however,
I really hope we are faster than them at least.
you were, say, some dumbass trophy hunter who really felt the need to try and stab an animal for no reason other than ego,
Why?
the anteater will swipe at you with those claws, which are at the perfect height to nail your inner thigh, slip through your flesh like butter, and sever your femoral artery, causing you to bleed out in 2 minutes while the anteater watches you go meet your ancestors. Can you imagine having to explain to your ancestors who felled woolly mammoths you got your packed up by the most unserious creature on the planet hitting a teapot?
Called anteater. Yeah, this one got me. The anteater got me.
Australia's scariest spider is hiding a
There
deep
more?
secret. But what is it? Well, introducing the huntsman, native to the land down under, and the #1 cause of tourists absolutely shitting themselves on camera. And look, in defense of said tourists, I will be the first to admit, yeah, this looks scarier than a f***ing job application. Those gangly ass legs and the hair make him look like Slender Man's testicles.
I
Now,
can't.
as if having a negative charisma stat wasn't bad enough, I regret to inform you that the huntsman spider grows up to 30 f***ing centimeters in size,
What?
making it the largest spider on the planet by leg span and legally allowing Subway to market him as a foot long. Now, being the spider equivalent of a Ford F-150, you'd think he'd have the common decency to be slow, you know,
Like a
tank
small
build.
dog.
Unfortunately, the huntsman is f***ing turbocharged. Now, it's usually at this point in the video that I would inform you that he is also highly venomous, because it's Australia. However, that's his big secret. The
He's not?
huntsman is a big sweetheart. You see, despite looking like an
care,
SCP,
it looks
huntsmen are
scary.
incredibly timid, and on the rare occasion they do bite, their venom is harmless. In fact, seeing one of these bad boys in your house is a blessing in disguise, because if you see a huntsman in your home, I guarantee you won't see any annoying ass flies or mosquitoes, because he's eaten them. You see, he understands he's big enough that he should be paying rent, and so he contributes to the household in pest control. I personally have had one of these bad boys as an 8-legged roommate, and I can tell you they're pretty good company. Except for the part where they cause car crashes. Yeah, you see, huntsmen like to hide in tight spaces and cracks, and they do it by flattening out their body to fit into the gap. Now, in the house, that usually means you'll just find them behind a painting, but when you're flying down the highway at 110k an hour and decide to flip down the sun visor because God is trying to flashbang you, yeah, they like to sleep in there and you've just dropped one into your lap.
Oh,
Now,
I'm gonna
whatever
freak
you
out.
do, don't panic or you're going to crash the...
I'm gonna stay in Canada. Thank you for watching with me, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah. Bye bye.